And here I am today realizing that that battle against racism has still not been won. That with the heartbreaking events of even this week, we realize that we have so much farther to go. And I want to talk about it a little bit. I want to talk about the murder of George Floyd a little bit. But I want to be really, really careful how I do. Speaking as a white man from Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada. To stand up here and to pretend that I could relate would be ridiculous. I can't. I can't relate, but you know what? I can apologize. So first of all, let me say this. If you are someone that at any point in your life has felt afraid or threatened, if you are someone that at any point in your life has been harmed or injured for no other reason than you look a little bit different or you look different than the powers that be, honestly, I can't relate. But I can apologize. I'm so sorry. It should not be so. I've said so many times in sermons that we're all God's children. We're all a part of this family called human. All of us. No matter your race or your creed or your color or your language or your beliefs, no matter whether you are a have or a have-not, we're all part of one family. And if you've ever felt like for some reason you don't fit into that family, or you're not good enough for that family, for no other reason than you look different than the powers that be, I can't relate. But I can apologize. I'm so sorry. It should not be so. And just so that I'm crystal clear, I kind of want to let you know where we're coming from here. We believe firmly that there is infinitely more things that should unite all of us, regardless of creed, regardless of color, regardless of language, regardless of skin tone. There is infinitely more that should bring us together than should ever tear us apart. And we are going to act like that. And just in case you're sitting there right now thinking to yourself, oh, this is a problem in the United States. This doesn't affect us in Canada. Let me be really clear. Put yourself in the place of a Canadian person whose family came from Southeast Asia 6 generations ago. And they're walking down the street over the last 10 weeks in Canada, only have a person roll down their window and yell, "Go back to Wuhan." See, that's not okay. That's hate. And we might not be able to fix everything, but we can do something. So I want to give you a place to start. Martin Luther King Jr. himself said that hate can't drive out hate, so only love can do that. So why don't you start by loving the people around you? Why don't you look for an opportunity to love people who don't look like you, who don't sound like you, who don't believe like you believe? Why don't you take a second and ask them some questions? Ask them how they're doing and how they're feeling and if there's anything you can do to help. Why don't we start there?